continuing on with our Boldly Beyond 50, Volume 2, A Black Woman's Guide to Aging with Excellence
Mhm.
co-author interview series. I am here with one of the fabulous co-authors, Karan Fairweather. I am not even going to, that's all the introduction I'm going to do. I'm going to actually pass the mic to her, and she's going to tell you a little bit about who she is, and then we will continue the interview from there. So, Queen, I pass the mic. Introduce yourself to the people.
Why, thank you, Linda. Appreciate you so much. Yes, everybody. My name is Karan Fairweather. I am a women's empowerment coach, author, and speaker. And I have to tell you, I am so honored to be a part of this project, a Black Women's Guide to Aging with Excellence Anthology, Volume 2. I have to remember
Yes.
it's volume two. So I said it earlier. I am a coach. I'm an author. I am a speaker. But more than anything else, I am a woman who has rediscovered who she truly is. That more than anything else, that supersedes everything.
Okay.
Because I have rediscovered who I am, I'm able to do what I do. I have my third book published. I have two anthologies that I'm a part of. Got an invitation today to be a part of another one. So the opportunities are just flowing in, but I have to be very transparent that I wouldn't be able to seize the opportunities like this one that Linda granted to me. I wouldn't be able to seize them in my authenticity if I had not done the work to rediscover who I am. So
Yeah.
my product line, the Affirmation Whisperer, is where I have all my books under. I have candles, I have t-shirts, I do consultations for affirmations. So everything there is under my brand name, the Affirmation Whisperer, which I'm very proud of that because it really does speak to what the tool I use. It's a tool. Affirmations are a tool that I use as part of my healing journey that has not ended. Of that school of thought that there are parts of you that become more healed,
Mm-hmm.
but to say that I'm completely healed from things, I don't really buy into that because all it takes is something, one little thing that you thought you resolved, and it comes up from wherever. And you're like, wait, I thought I dealt with this. And you're like, maybe not. And you have an opportunity to dig a little bit deeper. So getting to that point of being in the process of healing, I was able to get started on this journey of being an entrepreneur, being a women's empowerment coach, doing wonderful projects like I am doing with Linda here, who has invited me to it. So there you go. There's a little bit about me.
Yes. Well, with that in mind, what does boldly beyond 50 mean to you? When you think of that, when someone says, I'm bold beyond 50, or just the title of this anthology, what pictures, what thoughts, what ideas come to mind? Just share that with us.
Thank you for that question. Freedom. That's what it means to me.
Ooh, love
Freedom.
that.
Freedom, because we I don't know, but I'll say me, but I'm suspicious I'm not by myself. We spend a lot of time in our 20s trying to please other people.
Yes.
We spend time in our 30s. Usually, some of us may have children or have decided a career path or whatever. So we're so busy serving other people in our circle. In our 40s, we're just now starting to realize, wait a minute, hold on. I think there's a different way to do this thing, but we still got people attached to us where we
Yeah.
may not have tapped in, right? But when we
Right.
get to those to the 50s, woohoo, you start like, okay, the children gone, or the children are about to go, or they gonna be gone soon because I'm telling them they got to go. You start to realize that I can do some things differently.
Yeah.
Societal norms tell us, well, we've been conditioned by societal norms that you can only do this at this point, you can only do that at that point. And I've
Yep.
heard so many women over the years to say, when you get to the 50s, that's the sweet spot right there. Because
Right.
you literally can define how you're going to live your life. So
Right.
that would be my
Right.
answer to that question. Freedom. Freedom. That's what
Okay.
I think of. Freedom.
All right. So this anthology is really about reinventing, shifting, pivoting, all of the things like that. And what would you say, what advice would you give to other women, Black women over 50, who are seeking to reinvent themselves?
Be ready for the journey. Be ready for the journey. It is
Great,
not
great
a
answer.
quick fix. It is not a take a pill and everything's going to be okay. It is not. Well, let me speak to what it is. A woman at this stage of life who wants to see more, wants to do more, because that's how mine started. Because I could tell you, I was looking out the window. I think it was around 2014, 15. I was looking out my bedroom window and I said these few words: "There's got to be more." And
Mm-hmm.
when I say, so you got to be careful what you ask for, y'all, because it has been all kinds of opportunities of growth for me since then. Because I wanted more, right? Want to
Right.
rediscover my life. I wanted to do those things that I was maybe afraid of or didn't even have a thought of mind to do. I wanted to explore. I wanted to do things. I wanted to look different. I wanted to feel different. And more than anything else, I wanted to think differently.
Mm.
Because I knew, and I still do if I'm not careful, get into those limiting beliefs.
Right.
So when you want to reinvent yourself, make sure that's what you truly want. Because as you and I both know, it takes work.
It
And
does.
sometimes you got to go back and redo something you thought you did. You got to do it
Yeah.
differently, right?
Yeah.
So be ready for it and be real with yourself. Don't be walking around here trying to fake the funk like you doing
Right.
the work when you're really not doing the work. You're just trying to act like you're doing the work, and you're just putting yourself in a bigger mess. So
Yes, 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 yes. Awesome, awesome. And why do you think it's important to share stories of Black women in midlife?
to let people know, let other women know they're not by themselves. There's so many
Mhm.
of us that have traveled the same exact path. It may look a different color, it might have been in a different location, but it was the same path that we all traveled to reinvent, rediscover, as my book says, rediscover ourselves. And it's not for, you know what? This is it, Linda. Thank you for dropping that in. We don't go through things just for ourselves. We go through
Yes,
things to share it with others.
yes, yes,
That's it. Yeah.
yes, yes. Okay, okay. Um, what was the most rewarding part of writing your chapter without going into your story? Just what was the most rewarding part about sharing your chapter?
Figuring out what I wanted to say, because I wanted to say so much. Because when I
Uh-huh.
when I did the first draft, I think I was at 5,000, 6,000 words. I was like, no, that's not the requirement. You gotta
Okay.
trim this thing down. That was the most exciting part, to determine of what I did write. What is it that I truly wanted to say to the readers? Being invited actually is the top part of this project, just being invited to be a part of this, because there's so many other amazing women, professional women, women who've been doing this thing maybe a little longer than me, so to be a part of such a project with women who have traveled the same path that I am traveling right now. So, and then figuring out what part of my story I want to still tell, because realizing that I didn't experience any of it just for me. And
Mhm.
something else, I shared this with my sister some years ago. Sometimes the challenges that we are put through, we'll put through them because we can get through them, but we'll put
Mhm.
through them on behalf of someone else who's watching us.
Mhm. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
that was good. That was good. Um, how has the process, I know you said you were in other anthologies as well, but how has the process of sharing your story or a chapter of your life, how has that affected you personally? Because most people won't get the opportunity for whatever reason. They'll go to their grave really not ever sharing a part of who they are. And I
Yeah.
believe this anthology isn't just about me or just about you, but this is part of our legacy. These
Yeah.
books that we write, books that we're in, when we're
Hmm.
long gone, they will still be around.
Yes.
So, with that in mind, how has sharing your story impacted you personally?
Ooh, checking in to see, well, have I really healed from this? Have I gotten
Oh,
past this part of the story that I'm sharing?
right.
As I wrote, I had a moment of that I had to pause
Mm,
and like, ooh, okay, wait, are you really ready for that? Because as you said, it's going to be long, many, many, many years after we've left. It's going to be in a library or in a digital form. It's going to be. Mm-hmm. And when someone else looks back on it, will I be proud of that being a part of my legacy? So making sure that I truly wasn't just doing this just to be doing it. Are you really ready to release this to the world? And my answer was yes. So that would be it.
Wow. Love it, love it, love it. What does aging with excellence mean to you?
What does aging with excellence mean to me? So bringing in that thread of freedom again.
Yeah.
Aging in the way that serves me best. Defining what aging is. I had a conversation with a lady this weekend who was saying that, well, I was told at this age I shouldn't be doing XYZ. I'm like, who told you that? who told you that? And my point was, you are, particularly because you're over 50, you earned the right to define what aging looks like for you.
Yeah.
I've decided to wear my hair gray, but you know what? If I decide to wear my hair orange, I can do that.
Yeah.
So aging with excellence, meaning that I make the decisions. I am the architect of my journey. So aging with excellence means I'm checking in with me internally before I check in with anything externally, because internally, that's the voice that tells me if I'm on the path or not. Externally is just an extra. That's all it is. External, when they get that external validation, that's just extra.
Wow.
That's just extra. So aging with excellence means that I am checking in with me.
Yes.
I am satisfying me. I am making sure I'm showing up in a way that serves me. You see the common thread there, right? Me.
Yes. I call it this is the me season. From now to I'm no longer here. It's
exactly.
All seasons. Every season, every quarter, every day, every month, it's me season.
I love that. Absolutely. And that's what that's what aging with excellence is, because no one sets the barometer for me anymore. And I spent many years letting somebody else set the barometer for me. Many years. I mean, not even going to get into it because that could be a long story, but I am at an age now. I'm 61. Soon to be 62 in a few months. I believe that I would be embarrassed to say that I'm still letting someone else make the determinations for me. I would be embarrassed about that, because I know I've lived long enough. You've lived long enough. Yeah. Several of us have lived long enough where we can make the decisions. Why are you letting somebody else decide what you look beautiful in? What color your hair should be? What you can wear or not wear? What? Stop that.
Yeah. This is true. Yeah. This is so true. And that's why the title is Boldly Beyond 50. Like, we can be bold beyond 50, 60, 70, 89. We don't have to stop being bold simply because we are of a certain age. Absolutely. We don't have to downshift in life. We don't have to. I tell people, don't retire, retread. Put some more tread on the tires, right? Okay. Now, how do you practice self-care and self-love as a mature Black woman?
It's an internal process for me.
Okay.
It is an internal process because I love getting manicures and pedicures, massages, or going out and shopping or buying some nice clothing. I love all that. I adore it. Actually, I love getting new things. But I don't care how much the hair, the makeup, the nails, the clothes, if internally I'm not in a good place, oftentimes the external doesn't satisfy me. It doesn't bring me up out of that place that I'm in, because internally I'm in turmoil. Yeah. Internally I'm in pain. Internally my heart is broken. So I don't care how many layers of feel good externally I put on, it is not going to make my heart fill with joy.
Yeah.
It's not going to clear my mind so that I can see the good that surrounds me.
Yeah.
So my self-care starts internally, meditating and praying, or just sitting quiet, or speaking with a good friend that I can trust with my heart, right?
Yeah.
So it starts on the inside for me.
Wow. So what are some misconceptions about aging that you would like to dispel? If you could just be the age police, give me just the top two things you would just be like, we locking you up for this.
Look, like that woman Saturday, I think she was saying someone, oh yes, one of the other ladies that were there, and I think she was 75. And someone in her family said, "You don't act like a grandma." She said, "Well, what's a grandma supposed to do? Stay home and babysit?"
Yep. They mad at the grandmas now because, honey, them grandmas, they not doing. I mean,
They are
you have
not.
to check in with them, make sure they don't have anything going on.
Look.
I'm
So
just
I
saying.
asked her, I said, "What was your reply?" She said, I told her, I'm not doing that. So for me, what would I put some handcuffs on somebody with on defining what aging is letting somebody else tell you how to live your life. It was something like, what? Because you don't sit down and knit blankets all day? You what?
Yeah.
No. No. Yeah. So allowing, if I see you, not you, but a woman in our category, allowing someone else to define what their life should be. Clink, clink. I'm gonna put
that's what I'm talking about. Clink, clink. Clink it up.
Lock them up. No, we're not doing that. You've lived too long. Linda, we have lived.
We have
some years. And we're blessed to still be here. Do we have stuff? Yes, we have stuff. We're gonna always have stuff. But we've lived some years and we can teach people a few things. But before we go teaching anybody anything, we're going to check in with ourselves and make sure that's what I want to do. Because today, that may not be what I want to do. Talk to me next week. We'll see what happens. But right now, I make the decisions of what I want to do, when I want to do it, how. I'm not neglecting anybody. But like you say, it's me season.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. And now, how do you stay motivated to pursue your dreams at this age, at the phenomenal age of 61? I'm 61 too. I'll be 62 June 5th. Gemini all day, every day. So how do you stay motivated to pursue your dreams at this age?
Ooh. So transparently speaking, what are we in April? I was the career that I was on changed. Had been on that career for 18 years and received a call last year, April. And that was the last time that I was on that job. Out of the blue. Just got a call from them saying, "Hey, thank you for your service." But
wow.
When I tell you, I learned a lot about myself during that, Linda, because had you asked me January of last year, does your position define you? I would have said no. But guess what? It did. It did. And I didn't even realize it. So that's why I say when you ask for more, you got to be careful because it shows up in ways you don't expect. So having gone through that, still trying to run a business, finances are getting tight, not seeing how I can continue. I had to stop this and put that on pause and all these type of things. And my motivation honestly waned a lot during that period. It waned a lot because my life looked so completely different from what it was prior to April of last year. And my life was completely different than what it was around August, September of last year. And I was taken aback. And I said, "God, what you doing? Look, what are you doing? This is not me." My motivation waned a lot. There were times I would sit in front of this computer and just sit here and look at, like, what am I doing? I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Because my what I thought to be, and this is why I say be careful what you ask for, because I always ask God to show me me. Show me
I love that. Show me, God. Woo.
And in asking for that, he showed me you had a whole lot of value in your role that doesn't define you. But it did define me.
Good stuff.
So my motivation, it waned. But when I started to gather myself back together, because it was a traumatic experience, because I had never been unemployed ever since the age of 13, never been unemployed, unless I was, chose to not work because of babies or whatever. But to receive a call, thank you for your service. Oh, no, not me. Oh, no, 18 years with this place. Now they're going to keep me around till I'm ready to go. Yeah, right. Right. Sure, girl. Hold on to that. But in asking to see me, had it not been for that experience, I would not have realized how much I was allowing that role to define me.
Wow.
So working my way through that, I regained my motivation. And the days when it wasn't there, Linda, and honestly, there were days it wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
It just wasn't there. I had to be true to that and not be sitting here trying to, oh no, you go girl, go girl, go girl. Sometimes no girl, sit down.
Girl, instead of go girl, sometimes it's no girl. I know
No
that
girl,
right.
sit down and let your mind and body rest and adjust to the new reality for you. As I continue to do that, rest in that, there were days where the motivation was there. And when the motivation was there, I stepped into that, got some things done. When it wasn't there, I sat down and gave myself grace. So it was there, but I had to work with that thing. It's a whole new world now, but I had to work with
it. Okay. Now, how has your perspective on life changed as you've gotten older?
Oh, in so many ways. I value myself so much more now than I did when I was in my 30s.
Yeah.
I value myself so much more. And I'm not, our external worlds really do impact us. Those people, those that are around us, those that we watch and we model their behavior, it impacts us, and we see how they did it. So we think we're supposed to do it the same way. We're not really, but you don't know no better. So you just kind of on that treadmill doing the same thing what everybody else doing. But now, to say that I don't value myself is almost like blasphemy. What? Who don't value themselves? Okay. Wait a minute. So I value myself a whole lot more. I trust I trust myself a whole lot more. In my 20s, 30s, and 40s, I didn't trust myself a whole lot. I was running to everybody else, Peter, Paul, Susie, Linda, not you, Linda, but other Lindas and Mary and all of them, asking their opinions about my life.
Yeah.
Right? So I value myself more. And when you value something, you take care of it.
Wow. I love it. I love it. I love it. I almost made the whole thing without having to put the fan on. But toward the end, it just kicked in. Well, first of all, I just want to thank you for your time. Thank you for your profound answers. Like, I really felt like you didn't just give us the cookie cutter answer. No. You actually were vulnerable and transparent. And I really appreciate that, especially the story about how you were released from your job, because I don't even want to call it loss, because you didn't lose anything.
No,
you gained some stuff. So we're going to just do that, release from your job. I thank you for your time. As you move through this thing called life, we're both 61 years old, both 63 babies. A lot happened during 63 when we were born. But what would you like to leave the queens with as we come to the end of this interview journey? Any parting words that you would like to share?
Yes, thank you for the opportunity to do so. You're not still here to still be emotionally and mentally in the same place you were 10 years ago.
Okay.
You're not. And if you find that you are still in that same place, reach out to Linda. Reach out to me. We can help you navigate. We can help you navigate those waters. We can't do it for you, but we will we'll help you navigate those waters, because there's no way you should not have gained some growth. So that would be my parting words.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. And that is it, beautiful people. This is Linda S. Hudson, the Bodacious Lifestyle Coach for Black women over 50, here with Karan Fairweather. She is also an author, speaker, coach. She's got it going on as well. Matter of fact, me and her need to collaborate on some things. I've been saying that forever and a day, that she is here in the Atlanta area, but you know how life is. But with that in mind, thank you so much for tuning in. And this anthology, volume 2 of Boldly Beyond 50, A Black Woman's Guide to Aging with Excellence, will be out before the end of spring. So just stay tuned, beautiful people. Peace.
Bye-bye, everyone.